Yo, yo, yo. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Things are gonna get better. Yeah. Turn me up. Turn me up. Let's go. All right, yeah, my mic's all messed up, so sometimes it doesn't even work on that other screen now. So anyways, hey, let me remind you that trading's risky, not appropriate for everyone. Your past performance, good or bad, is not necessarily indicative of future results, but please stay small. Stay humble, focus on the long term, and never risk money you cannot afford to lose. Good morning, nice to see you. Thank you for being part of the Forex.Today YouTube community. Please visit our sponsor's website, tradersway.com. Open up a demo account simply to say thank you. At least for that. At least to thank them for these webinars. Visit tradersway.com, open a demo account. Now, they would like to earn your loyalty and respect, so please download MT4 from your back office, place a few trades on your demo account, check out the execution speed, check out the swaps, check out the spreads, and you should be happy, along with world-class customer service. Over the weeks and months and years that you spend here with me, when you develop skills and confidence to trade real money, perhaps they've earned your loyalty and respect, and you will open up a live account and trade real money with them being your execution partner. TradersWay.com. Thank you, TradersWay. Thank you for being here, everybody. Make sure you like and subscribe and comment. Please make sure your chat messages are professional. Make sure you treat your fellow currency traders with dignity and respect. And if you're a spammer, go spam somewhere else. All right. Anything else? No, that should be about it, huh? Thank you, Hope. Yes, it's still about 90% of people don't even click the like button, so kind of strange. All right. Boo-hoo. I traded the Euro Turkish Lira yesterday, and I don't know what I did. It was late, tired, I guess, and I got it right, but I missed out. I got it right and lost money. Anyways, let's go around the world. Here's a trade setup. I think it was for Monday. Down, 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 up, up, sell, down, 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 down. Cool. Okay. Very nice. So that weekly swing is done, isn't it? That's the normal weekly swing. If we change this to a day, you got to zoom in a little bit here. How do you? So we can see we got a textbook weekly swing, and then we take a look at the price action here, right? Here's a sell zone, down, 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 up, up. Here's a sell zone, down, 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 up, up. Here's a sell zone. The fish are jumping into the canoe. Oh, good job, Hope. The link is in the description below, metatraders.com, for the chart templates. So what do you think, guys? Pretty complicated stuff, right? Down, 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 up, up, sell. 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 And what do you think is going to happen tomorrow? How about up, up, sell? See, we're already on tomorrow. What do you think, guys? Give me feedback. Talk to me, Goose. I can see it. Yeah, I can see it. Good morning, Alejandro. Good. Smells like a plan, Seti. Henry took it this morning. Hey, like we say in the swing trading group, 60% of the time, it works every time. Noki move here. I guess I kind of want to stop covering it for now. Pound yen, it's just up and down like yesterday. Still sort of in that move. Well, that's the big move. We should maybe do a smaller move here, but okay. On to support, into target. Right. So it went from 24 to 25 to 25 to 26 to 26 to 27. Yeah. That's why you don't sell at support. We're in spring break right now, Hope. And the kids are like, I said something about they should do their homework. And they're like, well, it's not real school anymore. And I'm like, hey, I'm on spring break and I do 5 hours of homework every day. And so my daughter says, yeah, but you're an adult. I'm like, what? I'm like, you almost had me there with that argument, except what are you talking about? Well, what I've been doing, I mean, I've had them do homework, and I helped my my son do his pre-calculus. Bear in mind, he's not even in middle school. Well, he's in middle school. He's doing pre-calculus. He's like, Dad, I need help. I'm like, all right, cool. So we worked on that, and they do their social studies, and they do all. My daughter plays an instrument, and so they're going through that routine. But even in the craziness yesterday, I took them to the backyard. We got a fire going in the big fire pit. They played around in their hammocks in the forest. They went kayaking in the lake. You're like, not a bad life, not a bad childhood. I had to work in a glass bead factory when I was their age. My job was to clear out the clogged machines by sticking my hands into the gears, small fingers and stuff. All right, so anyway, stabilizing. Cool, stabilizing. So how about them euro, huh? ECB, 750 billion euro, worth about $2.50 US. Oh, yeah. Thank you, ECB. Thank you for all the worthless money. Yay. It sucks if you're European, huh? I think it actually sucks to be American because the US dollar skyrocketed in value so much, and you can go to places like Singapore, and the Singapore dollar has just crashed, or the British pound has just crashed. And, well, I can't go there, so, like, what's the point, right? Yeah, well, that was so yesterday, though, right? Now, did you guys see the Aussie jobs report last night? It was, but I guess it's not current or whatever, but it was actually good. Right? How about cheap real estate in London? Well, look, so I don't want to get onto that, but real estate's part of the real economy, and what we're trading are the markets. So I might be buying the stock market, but it's not the right time to buy real estate. Now, it's the right time to get ready to buy real estate. But people are not losing their jobs yet. People are not, people haven't stopped paying rent. Credit markets haven't frozen up. So what you need is a landlord that can't refinance, needs to refinance, or is having, occupancy rates have fallen. They can't afford to pay their mortgage. So occupancy rates have changed enough where they're having trouble even just meeting their obligations. And so they can't refinance because the value of the property has dropped. So let's say you owe 10 million to the bank, but now the property is only worth 9 million. You need to refinance. They're like, dude, you need to put in another million. Actually, probably 2.5 million before you can refinance. And they're like, dude, we don't have 2.5 million. So that's the time to buy, right? And shovel-ready stuff, I'm not really interested in shovel-ready stuff. Just buy something else someone else has put money in, right? Like something popped up on my email. It was Palm Beach, a little apartment. I'm not sure why it was on my email, but it was on a list of, here's the things you should be aware of. It was a one-bedroom apartment in an okay building in Palm Beach. The outside looks really nice. There's a nice pool and nice gardens and stuff. View of the Intercoastal Highway. And they only want $350,000 or something for the apartment. And you're like, if you need a place to crash. But again, I don't know why I was emailed this one, because the next listing I was emailed was $25 million. So why they threw this in there, don't know. But so I very quickly, and the inside of the apartment is completely redone, right? Someone bought it in 2017 for I think it was 150,000. Put some money in it. Now they're trying to flip it for 350. You're like, nah, I'll buy it from that dude for 200, right? And have a place to stay when I'm in Palm Beach. But it's like that. Like, he paid 150, put 50 into it, so I can get him out of it at break even. But he did all the work, right? So that's more how you do real estate. So we're not there yet. There's a dichotomy between the real economy and the markets. So right now it's time for the markets. Now, when the economy tanks, you'll see the stock market will be up. Okay. So anyways, enough with that. Okay. Yeah, I saw that, Anthony. Yeah, that's on the Good Dodgy Jobs report, right? But also, you know what? We can go back to some of these, like the Aussie Swiss. That one's interesting because, how you say in English, uh, it's dangerous selling low. Okay? So maybe put this into perspective, guys. Make sure you put this in your notes, okay? In 2 days, we went from here to here. We went from 58 to 53. Okay, 500 pip drop in 2 days is a big move for this pair. So think of it. After dropping 500 pips, selling it is probably not cool. Okay? And that's why we say this is the area, right? So, anyways, just there you go. Just think about that. I believe in my book, I talk about the harder you pull on the more you draw on a bow, the more it wants to snap back. Grind, we already have one. We call it the swing trading group. In fact, we're meeting today, right, swing traders? So I'll see you at 11 a.m. Cool. Yeah, boy! Okay, so that's that. So here's like another way to look at it. Even though you might be a bear, this is not a good place to sell. You're on monthly support. Okay. We are trending down, but notice the 55's in control. That's not cool. It's not that this won't fall. It's that if it does fall, there's probably something better to be selling. No. I'm not saying it was an advertisement. I'm just saying we already have all those resources, Grind. Right? It's only 99 bucks a month. It's not like a bajillion dollars. Okay. Oh, okay. Probably exchange rates and stuff, right? Yeah, exchange rates can be a bitch, that's for sure. All right, so let's just kind of look at something from a different point of view. Things you can see things are a little bit different on these charts. That's cool. We have a lot going on here. And you notice how we had this marked like, I don't even know when. Does it actually tell you when you placed it? That'd be interesting if it did. No. That might be an interesting feature to say, well, when did I put these lines here? But anyways, nonetheless, you can see we marked this, right? And the idea is it was important here, right? And it will probably be important again in the future. That's the interesting part of trading, right? And you can check that out. Isn't that interesting? Down, 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 up, sell, 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 right? Down, 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 up, sell, down, 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 up, stop. But here's this coming into play again. Isn't that nice? Notice really is we're just riding this 4-hour 21 basically, right? So it needs to make a new lower low and then pop back up to the future 21. Okay. But it's just hard to do that off monthly support. That's all. Ace, didn't the ECB just increase euro money supply by 750 billion euros? Okay. Okay. So what makes you want to buy that? I'm not saying you're wrong because I don't know the future, but we could have a discussion. Well, of course it's a good point. So tell me, what was your reason, dude? You're not wrong. You can't be wrong. You made a decision, right? What on this chart, for example, tells you to buy? Probably none. Let's change this chart because obviously the chart tells me something direct. Let's get more info. So you're buying it off as a counter trend? Well, here's the problem. Again, I don't know if it's going to go down or up. So just we can have an intellectual discussion. Okay. I just wrote a paper on how radical transparency with a diversity of ideas and a diversity of people and an inclusionary environment of ideas, but more importantly, a process of debate which uncovers the truth will make a better hedge fund. So in this case, we should be able to have an intellectual debate about whether this is a good idea or not, but at the end of the day, neither of us know, but neither of us should be emotionally attached either. We should just be able to debate. So you might say, well, Wayne, I get it. It's dropped like a ton of bricks. But despite the increase of money supply for euro, we are at monthly support and we're nowhere near the end of the month. So I'm looking for a counter trend. Okay. And I say, all right, well, I understand that. But first of all, we're not at the beginning of the month either. And the counter trend trade would have happened last week or the week before. It's too late in the month for a counter trend. Number two, I don't believe this is a technical trend, but a fundamental trend. Three, in here, we do have an increase of euro supply, right? So if anything could break below obvious monthly support, which you also see, we both see the monthly support, but if anything could blow through that monthly support, it would be a fundamental change of policy, fundy policy change at the ECB. Like the one major thing that could blow through the monthly supply would be a fundamental policy change at the ECB. So I would caution you on that. But again, I don't know. It's your decision, right? I don't know. But that's how we'd have like right? we would have at least a discussion about it. Okay? So the standard operating procedure here, and let's do this. The standard operating procedure is this. Okay, this is the euro, euro. Okay, this is the quantity of euro. This is let's say the price. Okay. Okay, demand and supply. Cool. And from here, you develop an equilibrium. Okay, P star, Q star. All right, so what has happened is the quantity of euro has gone up by 750 billion euro. So quantity went from here to here, let's say. So we'll do this as Q2. So there's been an increase of this many, well, 750 billion. So 750 B of euro. So quantity must shift now from here to here, right? So we'll say supply 2, okay? And therefore, going to yet another color, we have a new equilibrium. Here's the quantity, okay? And you'll see that we went from P star to P2, and the value of the euro should go down. So that's the logic, that's the model. Doesn't mean it has to happen. But in the back of my mind, even if we are at monthly support, because it's a fundamental change at the ECB, I'd say, well, I see what you're doing. I do understand its support. If it was 3 months ago, I might have done it. But today, even if it does fall, even if you are right, it seems to be too risky for me to buy euro. Even if you are right, based on just a normal model of economics, I'd say, I don't really need that kind of risk. Okay? Was that too esoteric, Ace? Hey, Ace, if that was good, then please click the like button for me, huh? 2/3 of people in the webinar right now have not clicked the like button. Just lean over and go click. 2/3 of the people have not done that. Right? Cool. Thank you very much, Ace. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Well, like I said, I don't know where it's going to go, but to fight that logic is a little bit difficult for me, which means it's less predictable, and that means higher risk, and I'm not really interested in higher risk. I'm interested in lower risk. That's all. WTI, my oh my, WTI. Holy smokes. Thank you, Saudi Arabia. Anybody buy it at 20? Nim, that would be like communism. That would destroy everything that's true to capitalism. And it would be stuff like that that would lead the dollar to not be a reserve currency. If the markets can't flow freely, then you don't have capitalism. There's a difference between providing a cooling off period for people in panic and just flat out not allowing people to adjust. I mean, it's a free country. Yeah, Akash says, hey, what about the correlation between gold and Aussie? I don't know if that's true anymore. It was 13 years ago. You should probably double check. Okay. Like, I couldn't even understand the logic, Nim. Like, these are fantastic times to be making tons of money. And by the way, most people short to hedge. So you're like, no, you can't, you're not allowed to hedge your risk. You're like, what kind of government would do that to you? You can't hedge. You can't make money on the way down. That's wrong. What the hell are you talking about? Right? Yeah. This is an opportunity to get big, or to not get big, that's the wrong words, but you should be doing very well right now. You should be impressing all your friends. Okay? Well, then I don't like it, any of it, Nim. Okay? I don't like any of it. Don't like none of it. I'll show you the one I missed yesterday, and I don't know why I swallowed a fly. I must have made a mistake going to bed last night. I'm actually laying in bed trading on my phone, and I took this trade and I lost money. But like, what am I doing? And unfortunately, I was right, and I still lost money. So what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? So I sold in here, and Sons of Beaches. I believe I sold on the pullback. My idea was this. So I sold here, and I know there was some up. I guess my timing was wrong. I was too early. At one time, my stop was here, and I think what I did going to bed is it became less believable because it was going up after I had a pattern to send it down on a shorter time frame. So I think I moved it, and I guess it makes sense because it could have just done all of this. So, but my original stop was at 15, and then I think I moved it to 14. And then probably 10 or something. So I'm probably out here. Anyways, and it sucks trading on your phone because you can't customize your charts you can't have pivot points on your MT4 mobile for some reason, right? So, yeah. So I think I was in on this wave. Down, 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 up, up, sell. Right? And I was expecting this. But because this is a lower high of this, So then, anyways, whatever. So, and also you got to understand, selling this is risk on. And I wasn't 100% convinced while laying in bed at midnight staring at my phone with no pivots if that was really a risk on moment or not. Okay. Now, some of the things that were risk on, Aussie jobs report was good. Okay. So that's maybe points to risk on again. Okay. So whatever, I took the shot, reduced my risk, paid the penalty. So boo-hoo, I'm right. Doesn't that suck? Those are the worst ones, right? When you're right and lose money. Boo! No, Javier. Stop hunted? No. The one thing that can happen, though, with exotics is your spread could be like this, and then for 1 second, it'll go like this. And then it'll be back like this. And then it'll be back like this. And you could even get spreaded out. So, you know, like this wick, even though this is an hourly candle, these wicks might have been 1 second. It just goes, because these markets are very illiquid, right? So you get jittery spread. So it's just part of the territory. If I had done my job a little bit better, you know, my stop was at 15, put it that way. When I entered the trade here, my stop was at 15. That was good. That my original trade was good, and it just sort of like looked like that. I mean, so you know, and I wasn't even drinking last night or nothing. I was a good boy. Okay. Yeah, but you have to understand, Carlos. Okay, let's say let's add this together. Let's say whatever you're trading has a 300 pip spread, a 3,000 pip spread, and you're like, oh my god, right? And let's say euro dollar has a 3 pip spread. Okay, and these 3 pips are worth, or these 3 pips are worth $30, and these 3,000 pips are worth $30. Okay, and why are these three, right? Because the currencies you're trading individually are worthless. Okay, so I remember trading, I think it was Thai baht yen or something years ago. Was it Thai? No, it was Thai baht something else exotic. Thai baht. I don't remember. Anyways, I remember trading Thai baht versus something, and it was like a 3,000 pip spread, and it was worth $30. You know, so you got to be careful. Don't. It's not the pips, right? It's not the pips. Well, it's not, you know, lower pip value. It's more of a lower currency value. Okay, so like. How much is a barrel of oil? Okay. Right now you can pay $20, which is ridiculous because the barrel probably cost you $20 if you bought 1 barrel, right? 1 barrel of oil, 1 barrel filled with oil is $20, or 2,000 Thai baht. And again, I haven't looked at Thai baht forever. So not dollar, baht, or not Bitcoin either, Thai baht. So, like, what's the congruency here? Well, the congruency is oil is a barrel of oil is a barrel of oil is a barrel of oil, right? So the difference is how much does $1, how much oil does $1 buy? How much oil does 1 Thai baht buy? And since Thai baht doesn't have much purchasing power, you'll need more Thai baht, but the oil is the oil. And, you know, so another way of looking at it is a dollar might buy you a half-liter Coke, but you might need 100 Thai baht to buy a half-liter bottle of Coke, right? So, same thing. How many? So it really comes down to what we call purchasing power parity, is how many bottles of Coke is a barrel of oil worth? In this case, somewhere between 20 and 25 bottles of Coke, half-liter, right? So 12 liters of Coca-Cola is equal to, what is it, 26 gallons of oil, which means Coca-Cola is worth more than oil right now. Yeah, you're right, Justin. I tried to stay away from it, though. So anyways, like when people freak out, like, oh my God, look at the spread on the peso. There's no way I'll ever trade the peso because it's like a 50 pip spread. I'm like, yeah, but you know what? In pesos, that's not a lot of dollars, right? Like, so lots of people will talk themselves out of good trades because they see the pip and spread, but they don't do the currency conversion. Really, Carlos? Okay. I think maybe you should be focusing on the majors. Cool. Yeah, so let's look at exotics. Very interesting. Again, this is a price war, but is anyone going to buy it just because they can? What am I doing, man? There we go. No, you probably shouldn't be trading it in the first place, Carlitos. They call it exotic for a reason. Okay? You need to know what you're doing before you start trading them. So just be careful. I mean, I don't know your experience with it, but it should be probably the last thing you're looking on right now. Like, dude, all you had to do is be short one of the majors and long the dollar. So again, let's go through the facts, guys. I have taught you that when the Fed cuts, you buy dollars. And even when they, right? And even when they did their first action, dollar weakened. And what did I say? Whoa, whoa, whoa. What should be happening is you buy dollars. So you should wait until the market conditions change so you buy dollars, right? All you had to do since the Fed did its initial cut like 2.5 weeks ago is buy dollars, and you would have done astronomically well. All you had to do is take the simple advice. So like, hey, well, I guess what you're doing is you're buying dollars and selling Thai baht and stuff. But like, dude, just sell the pound dollar, sell the euro dollar, sell the Aussie dollar. Like, let's stay with the big majors for a while, right? That's all I'm saying. Well, HK Trader, I'm picking things right now. Okay. So like, Delta was at 65 and is now at 25. So, you know, I'm interested, right, for DAL. I'm interested, but I liked it better at 5 during the last crisis. But you got to start looking at things, you know, from, you know, like if I can get a 618 on a DAL, maybe I should take it. But then there's these union things, and they're sensitive to oil prices and all that kind of stuff. But if things got really bad, Delta Airlines would get bailed out by the government. So, you know, what's the real number? Well, the real number, it could fall all the way back down to 5, because I've seen it at 5. And part of buying it at $5, if you were hanging with me in 2008, part of my pitch for buying Delta Airlines and Bank of America, by the way, Bank of America I bought at $5. The whole idea was, those are the types of companies that would get bailed out by the government. Bank of America would get bailed out. Delta Airlines would get bailed out. So that would be part of my reasoning, right? So I'm in that process of decision making right now. Yeah, well, Boeing's already got problems, right? Maybe Boeing's too big for their britches, but that Max, the Max, whatever it was, yeah. So, do I look at miners and stuff? No, I'm a macro trader, guys. So I would like to, for example, I mean, I know we're talking about individual stocks, but I'm just talking, big names, names that I'd like, names that I know, all that kind of stuff. But I'm a macro trader, so I'd rather just buy the entire S&P 500 than build a right than build an individual portfolio. Now I'll end up doing both, right? Buy back the S&P 500 and buy a bunch of stocks I'd like to own. Like should you buy Carnival Cruises? It was at what was it at $40? Now it's at $8. But the thing is, I think they're going to get hit by viruses and stuff and have bad press for years. It might take me a long time to get that. And plus, they could go bankrupt, couldn't they? I mean, it's not hard to go bankrupt when revenues are down 90%. And I'm worried that even when the virus moves on, people don't want to get on a cruise anymore. So actually, friends of mine, they go on something like 10 cruises a year with their kids. They're not even retired. Well, they don't have jobs either. So I guess they're retired. They don't have jobs, so that's one thing. And they homeschool their kids because schools in America suck. So, anyways, so they go on cruises all the time. They were on one of the cruises. Yeah, they were on one of the cruises where they got off the ship in San Francisco, and the new guys got on, and the new guys got sick. One or two of the people died, and they were quarantined on the ship. And my friends were on the ship right before that, which means where do you think the ship got it? Probably my friends gave it to them and stuff. So long story short, they might, I don't know if they'll cool off because they're like triple diamond, they pay $20 and get a penthouse suite, right? Because if you spend a couple of $100,000 a year on cruises, you get good deals. But I think the average person's going to think, you know what, maybe Alaska this year is not the right time, right? So yeah, Javier said he'd buy Carnival at 8. Well, the thing is, if you buy it and then it goes bankrupt in 3 months, it's not worth 8; it's worth 0, right? So I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't know. So I have to make these decisions, but at least I'm watching them and such, right? My favorite thing is cash flow. So I don't want to buy a company that has 0 cash flow in the moment and promises to have cash flow in the future, right? So. Yeah, so like Disney might get hurt with tourism at their parks going down and such. Disney cruises will be hurt, but their media will be fantastic, right? So Disney might be one. Right? So right now it's at 88. I don't feel like buying anything at 88. You got to remember I'm a venture capitalist, right? Or used to be. I like it at $8, not $88, right? So where's the year to date? I guess so. I mean, look, I guess so. It was $1.50. Maybe it's cheap at 88. I'd like to see that come down. How about 55, right? So the lowest it's been in a year is 79. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty dramatic. Looks like the low is supposed to be about 88. Yeah, I'm not quite there you know, I like it better at 50. I like it better at 50 than 80. Okay. So anyways, I'll have to take a look at that. But that's another one that would be interesting. And plus, if you're actually going to build like a personal portfolio, because, you know, something different from all the mutual funds and stuff, you're going to want, you know, names you like. Yeah, no, Disney's a big one, and I've done case studies on it, and I've studied their management, and I've studied their business model. You know, I actually did. I had a group project that focused on Disney's sleep and beauty bonds. So Disney issued a 100-year bond with like a 40-year call on it. So, anyways, we had to do a big presentation on that as a group. So, you know, I got some skills. All right. So, anyways, let's move on, brah. Let's move on. So, is anyone going to buy oil at 20 just because you can? Because remember, I think the magic number is it cannot drop below 15. Right, because Saudi Arabia needs to protect 13. So just to stay profitable, this probably has to stay above 15. But even $20 is ridiculous. Yeah, I know what you're saying, but it might be interesting. Yeah, with a trade war. But I also I still have this belief, and maybe I'm wrong, but I'm still thinking this way today. It might be different tomorrow. I can flip like Trump, right? It's a fake virus. Wait, it's the most important virus in the world. By the way, I thought he had it. Did anyone think that when he did his State of the Union address or whatever he did like a week ago? Did anyone think that cold start that he had in his one lazy eye? I looked at him and I'm like, oh my God, he's got it. I thought, wouldn't that be an epic way to go out for Trump? Like, imagine all the headlines you're going to get if you die weeks before your reelection of a disease you ignored, right? You're like, so I told my wife, I'm like, he would love that. That would be good for Trump. Like, no one would ever forget, right? Like, boom, like, look at me, I can die, right? And perfect timing too, like, oh my God, so what, is Pence going to be the guy? Like, what if people don't want Pence to be the guy? Like, the Republicans would freak out. We'd have to redo everything. And it'd be such great headlines for him. He would just love it. His account would just, his Twitter account would go nuts. So anyways, I thought he had it, right? I thought he had that, but apparently not. So anyways. So let's go from this. So how do you want to play it out here? Here's sort of European exposure to Brent. Okay. And we're thinking what? Do you think oil will go up? Do you think oil will go down? Or do you think oil will basically move between 15 and 20? Well, the down part ends up being the same as this. Okay? So let's get rid of that. So now you believe oil is either going to go up or not go up. Meaning it could go down or sideways, but if I define it between from 20 down to 15 and then back up to 20 and back down to 15, that, you know, so it's either going to go up or not go up. Well, if you thought oil was going to go up, then this thing needs to work its way down. Okay? If you don't think it's going to go up, or you, right? So if you think sideways to down, then this is either going to be sideways or up. So here's the thing. When you hit this $20 area and you believe oil is going to start working its way up, maybe not today, but long term, then you can use this currency pair to look for a change in direction. You'll need this to fall if oil goes up. So what do we know? Up, 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 down, down. Is that a sell? No. Up, 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 down, down. Is that a sell? No. How about up, up, down, down, down? Is that a sell? No. How about up, up? Yes, that is a sell. Okay? And you play it off the cold shoulder, and off we go. Okay? And that, right before you take a shot, and again, let me highlight, this would be your zone. Right before you take it, keep one eye open on oil prices, and you should see oil going from, let's say, 20 up to 30. And if so, this thing's going to head down from 12 down to 10. Yeah, I know. We just looked at that. Yep. Yeah, 22. Okay. Why this? Well, Norway is exposed to Brent directly, which is North Sea oil. Okay. So to trade Brent, you're going to do Noki, not Russian, right? Russia doesn't have North Sea oil. Russia has Russian oil. Okay. Stalingrad, the big battleground of World War II between the Russians and the Germans, was over the fact that Stalingrad is on the way to Baku. And the Germans needed Baku oil because they lost North Africa. Now, if you remember the big tank battles of North Africa in World War II under Rommel, all of that was over North African oil, oil in Libya, for example. And Algeria has some, right? And not Algeria. Anyways, so North African oil, right? That's why World War II started there. You know, and the British were in North Africa, but not the Americans. They missed that game. And then once they lost that, then then the Germans were forced to attack Russia because they needed to get into the Russian oil, right? So and once you couldn't get Russian oil, then you had to get Baku and all that kind of stuff. And Baku is in Azerbaijan. By the way, a place I'd love to visit. Oh my God, I'd love to go to Baku. Anyways, so Russian oil is not right. Russian oil is not Brent, and we were talking Brent, and so I was talking Brent, but giving out WTI prices. I know, very confusing. I'm sorry, but what I'm trying to say, let me try it differently. If you feel a bottom is imminent, and you feel, or you're planning, if I can get this to draw right, and you're planning something like this in the near future, then you're going to see that Noki roll over. And you might want to watch Noki roll over first and then confirm here, right? To see a double bottom high, 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 low, 1, 2, 3 before you take that. Or if you're going to trade Brent directly, you might want to wait and just double confirm with Noki. That's all. Well, I'm not talking about, this isn't the quality of oil. Okay? Yes, so like for example, Alaskan oil and Texas oil are different. Okay? Canadian oil is light sweet, and Saudi Arabia, I believe, is light sour. Sour, right? And sweet. Venezuelan oil, sweet. Venezuelan oil is very similar to Canadian sand oil, right, out of the tar sands in northern Alberta. So Venezuela, much of it is under a lake, and when it comes out of the ground, it's closer to tar than what you think about putting into your car. It's heavy, it's thick, it's nasty. And the stuff that comes out of the sands in northern Alberta require a lot of engineering to get it out of the sand, and it's thick, and it's, all that kind of stuff. And that's why that's expensive. The difference between Canadian sweet and Saudi Arabian sour is when the oil comes out of the ground in Saudi Arabia, the gases that come out, the sour gases, could kill you in an instant. Before you even see the oil come out of the ground, you're already dead. So you should probably be careful, right? So anyways, so we're not talking about quality of oil right now. There is just straight up oil war. This is a price war. All these prices are unnatural. Okay? Users of oil would have gladly paid 40 and 50. This is not the fair market equilibrium. So what Saudi Arabia is doing is sort of this. Demand is falling, there's no doubt. But but supply has moved and moved and moved, and even though demand is down, so demand was here and is down now, right, to D2, supply has moved much more. So we got this double whammy where the price of oil is fallen, okay, price and quantity, okay. Price has fallen because there has been a diminishing demand because of the virus and the global slowdown. That's fair. That probably gets us to 50 or 40. But Saudi Arabia is jacking up supply. Typically in a situation like this, you have Saudi Arabia and all the other exporters. They're actually moving supply left to move the equilibrium price back up, or at least stable. So in a normal situation, we'd still be at about $50 a barrel. But this is unnatural war. This is straight up a war. Okay? And it's to make American frackers and Russian producers bankrupt. This is directly at Putin. Okay? Is that right, Javier? Medium sour? Okay. I know some of them are sour. I was watching a documentary about the Canadians. Oh, you know what? That might have been Iraqi. Yeah, okay. I'm thinking Iraqi oil is probably horribly sour. Some of those wells they had to put out after the Gulf War, not only were they on fire, but they were sour too. So it was a real problem. All right. So enough of that. Enough of that. It's only money, guys. It's only money. All right. So let's go take a look at what should we pick on today. Euro. Okay. So in 2 hours, the swing trading group is going to meet. So I'll see you over there, swing traders. Does anyone want to join the swing trading group? Grind, yeah. Saudi Arabia can lose money if they want to, but they don't need to because nobody can produce oil cheaper than Saudi Arabia. So Saudi Arabia could be above break even for themselves, but be way below break even for all their competitors. Ace, go to swing.fxbootcamp.com. It's not a lot of money. It's like, I don't know, 8 to 10 hours of live training with me costs the same as 1 hour of golf lessons at the country club. Probably, actually significantly less than that. So, yeah. Oh, Iraq is sour? Cool. Right on. Yeah. All right. Okay. That would be the idea of being patient. Okay. So 129, probably even 130 might be very interesting. So there's my plan A and plan B. Ooh, You know, I'm so tired. I don't know what. I'm sort of out of steam. Swing.fxbootcamp.com. The link is also in the description below the video. Anthony could be an admin. All right. I'm just tired, guys. Holy crap. I'm just kind of out of steam a little bit. Hey, Nevin. Well, that's an easy question if I'm a trend trader, right? So the trend has been down for Aussie and up for dollar. So, yeah, I'm drinking yesterday's coffee. So look at these plans I got for you guys. Not a problem. Not a problem. Look at this. Down, 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 down. So, yeah, so how am I going to trade Aussie dollar? Well, that's what we'll do in the swing group. We'll pull all this together and we'll look at our prices and create our lines and develop our strategies and just, yeah. Yeah, Jean-Guy. Yeah, Jean-Guy's like, oh my God. Yeah, I'm tired. Oh, tired. Baby G says, best month ever. Well, that's normal. First of all, remind yourself, congratulations, Baby G, but also that should be normal. And remind yourself, however, Baby G, that it's the beta that's extraordinary, not necessarily your alpha. Okay? So your alpha is your ability to outsmart the market. And right now the market is simply falling 1,000 pips in a week. Okay? So remind yourself, you're doing the right thing. You're selling in a downtrend, for example. You know, and you don't have to be a rocket surgeon for that, right? So try to stay open to reality as much as possible. Have your own radical transparency with yourself. And then remind yourself that the market is simply giving, right? And it was extraordinary and you captured it and you did your job. Now you're saying now you're taking the rest of the month off. Well, if this was your career, if this was your job, no one would say, "Oh, you made so much money. Now take the rest of the month off. No, why don't you just keep making more money, right? So, but be realistic, right? Don't keep doing what you did last week because you think it has to do it again this week. Do your job, do the analysis, stay humble, stay focused on your prices, minimize your risk, don't make big bets, so on and so forth. Okay? If you were running a fund or managing people's money, your job would be to help them during this time, not walk away. Imagine you had millions of dollars in client money and they call you up. They're like, oh my God, the market's crashing. What's going on? You're like, I don't know. I took the month off. You're like, what? Yeah, I'm in the Caribbean. You're in the Caribbean. The markets are crashing. Everything's out of control. It feels like the end of the world. I have money invested with you, and you're in the Caribbean playing on the beach? Like, what? Right? Like, what? Get back to your desk, right? So think of it that way. Just don't get into irrational exuberance that you just doubled your account or whatever. I'm not saying you did, but let's say you did. And now you're God's gift to the world, and now you're going to get big, right? Well, that's when you end up getting small. Right on, Pete. I believe you. Yeah, you don't need to tell me you're in the Caribbean, that's for sure. I mean, I'm telling you, it's so awesome that you can trade from a laptop. And I can't wait to get my prototype. If you remember, I put some money into that MIT startup. And production's been halted because of the virus in China and all that kind of stuff. But maybe in a month, I'll get it. I got the small screens because my big laptop's big. So they're like, you can have, I think they were like 15-inch screens or 13-inch screens or 14-inch screens, whatever. The medium size and smaller size. Well, the problem is, two types of laptops exist in my life. One, they're ginormous 18, 19, 20-inch laptops. So a 15-inch would, externals would, weird, right? And then I got my ultra mobile one, right? Like that new one I bought. Beautiful, love it. But it's small, but it's light, and it's thin, and it's OLED, and it's all these awesome things, right? So I got the smaller prototypes, and so the idea is I'll have my little OLED, and you sit down, you open up, and you go snap, and just in one gesture, snap, and now I have 3 screens. So imagine that I have a complete mobile triple screen trading setup that now I can take anywhere in the world. Now, and I think I told you about this, I found a company that's making a laptop out of 2 tablets. So there's no keyboard. There's like the digital one, like on your iPad, right? But you open it up like a laptop, but the upper part and the lower part are screens. And they're touch screen, or you can have a mouse. I'd use a mouse. So imagine now you open up a laptop and the keyboard part is a screen. The upper part is a screen. You don't need a keyboard because I don't type that much on my mobile laptops, right? So you could do, but imagine now you got MT4 on the upper and lower part. Or on the upper part I got MT4 and on the lower part I have my webinar software. But it's just, now it's dual screen, but it's just one laptop. And then imagine on that I connect 2 more. So now I could travel somewhere, go up, out, and I got 4 screens. Can you imagine? Like, the cool thing about that, though, like, obviously the technology is radical and the setup is radical. But the thing is, you could have 4 screens, completely mobile, and run a professional career from it. You could be trading $1 billion from a Starbucks and have all the normal tools that you have at home. Right? Can you imagine? Oh my God. So I'm gonna have my triple screen set up probably in a month. But I'm thinking like now that I bought the triple screen, I'm like, but I want that other laptop too. Like, oh, because no, imagine you have no external monitors now. You just open it up and you got two screens. Two, and I think they're either 4K or 2K. They're probably 2K resolution screens. So really add it up and it's like four screens, like four 1080p's, right? Like, oh my God, it just. And so I looked at the startups that are developing this, and then I looked at some of the big boys like I think Acer's trying to do one and Dell's trying to do one, and you can kind of buy them now, I think, but they're like $3,000. And I already got a $3,000 laptop. I don't want another one. So anyways, whatever. Long story short, pretty awesome stuff coming along, and that's exciting because it's our job. So I do trade from hotels and from when I'm traveling, but I always find it I need a little. I'm used to having multiple screens. I need a little bit more, and that's why I carry these external ones. But they're lower resolution, and I have to plug them, whatever. So I'm always looking for a better way to really fold up an office and stick it in my bag. Right? Right on, Ron. That sounds like we should sit down and smoke some cigars, huh? Ron doubled his account, being humble with his trading. That's how you do it. Yeah, so Joe, that's part of what's going on right now is shortage of dollars almost, right? Yeah, so ZenBook, which is I have the ZenBook OLED laptop. So they're doing a version of what I'm talking about. You see this? This is with the keyboard. It's $2,500. So you got the half screen and then you got the full screen. And then they add this to give you more space, but that's an extension, right? So you get this. And that's okay too. I mean, the upside is you have a real keyboard. And let's say I'm on the road, I could run the YouTube software on the lower part and then run my charts up there. And that would save me some, now I don't have to carry additional, right? Now I don't have to carry additional screens with me. And of course, they're 4K as well. So they're big enough. Okay, you see that? But it's a little pricey, right? A little pricey. And what size is? And it's 15.6. Cool, right? So there's that. This is what I have. This is what's coming next month. So that's what I got on the way. and they start at 4 grand, right? So I got that on the way, but I want something better. I can't. It looks like. Here it is. Here's the one I'm talking about. So as soon as you buy something awesome, it's awesomer. And so here's the awesomer thing. Here it is. What? What? No, I'm like, damn it! I just bought that triple screen laptop, right? So now I'm like, oh snap! That's what I want. I'm like, oh fudge, man! Oh my god, that's what I want. I feel like that's what I want. Well, they don't really make them yet, so, but you can invest into some of the companies and get their prototypes. So that's what I was thinking of doing. See how nice that is? But notice there's no keyboard. You can have a Bluetooth keyboard, but most of the time I just want a Bluetooth mouse and trade. Hey, if it's under 100 pounds, I'm going to get one. Is this it? That's it. So it looks like Dell's got one.
Which means less IT issues for me to deal with, which means I don't have to work late. Hey, where are you going?
Doesn't look heavy to me.
Crochet class. Funny. Why is that funny?
Did I miss it? I didn't even notice it in the background. Oh, that's an ad. Oh my god.
So this is the duet, and this is the org. Both of these names are not official, and neither of these devices are technically official either. Dell is kind of giving us a preview of what types of devices they're looking forward to building in the future. So we don't know when these are coming or exactly what they will be like, but they do give some pretty interesting ideas. So the Duet is obviously more of a laptop form factor. These are two 13-inch screens, kind of what you'd expect. And you can use them either in tandem as one kind of extended screen or as two separate screens. You want to do some multitasking up here while doing something else down here. You can obviously use the stylus, use it as a touch screen. But the interesting thing is when you flip this keyboard around, similar to the Surface Neo, where you put the keyboard kind of determines what you can do with the mouse.
Oh,
So you can have
see, it
content
actually does have
that
a
expands
keyboard.
up and on the
See,
screen.
that's neat. That's neat. So maybe I'll get that one. But that just looks the bomb. So, anyways, but they don't really sell them. But that's a good way to get two screens, especially if you're a YouTuber, like people I know, me, that has to have the trading software on one screen and the webinar software on another. So, anyways, yeah, it looks awesome, right? So, right on, Hope. Tell them to bring some coffee and cigars with them. Yeah, lots of cool stuff coming. So as soon as I bought my triple screen, then that came out, and I'm like, oh, damn it. So anyways, we'll play with those toys. So when I get them, I'll unbox them for you guys. The Japanese yen typically stays strong till April 1st. And that has to do, right? That has to do with fiscal year end for Japanese companies. So anyways, I don't think I'm getting enough sleep. So anyways, I'm going to call it quits for today. I got another hour, well, more like somewhere between 90 minutes and 2 hours with the swing trading group today. So I guess I should take a break for that, drink a bunch of coffee, get some fresh air. But I'm glad some of you guys are doing really well. You've been training for years. I asked you on Sunday to be the trader you've been trained to be. It's your opportunity to step up, and some of you have really taken that to heart and stepped up and made this a great trading week. And I'm excited and thrilled for your success. But just remind yourself to stay small and stay humble and focus on the long term. Okay? The beta is high right now. So when you're going over your risk-adjusted performance in the future, and they're like, oh my God, look at these big numbers in March, you'll say, well, the beta was high in March, and therefore my returns were equivalent. But it wasn't because I took more risk. That was just the market. And the beta will fall in May and June and July and August, and so will your returns. Right, baby G? So March was fantastic. July will probably be below average. And if you take your awesome March and your mediocre July, turns out you did your job and you did it well. And that's all we need. To continue having you do your job and to continue having yourself do your job well. And that doesn't mean run away because you made so much money. No. That's just a different form of fear. Okay? You made a lot of money because the market beta is good. Continue to do your job, and you'll probably do very, very well for a while longer. But remember, every day is going to be challenging, and make sure you're not selling low and make sure you're not buying high. So if you don't get a good setup today, don't trade today, but don't walk away for the rest of the month. There might be another 1,000 pips in it. You don't know. So your job is to find opportunities and minimize risk, whether it's for you or for clients. As a money manager, for example, your job is to be here every day for them. They're paying you to be focused. They're paying you to be calm. They're paying you to find opportunities. They're paying you to take risks and manage the risk. And then at the end of the day, they would like some sort of return because they're paying you. So you need to be the one at your desk. And if your desk just happens to be an ultralight triple or quadruple screen laptop in the Caribbean, you don't have to tell them that. Okay? Raj, so if you were to take the Aussie dollar long for swing trades, how would you do it? Well, why don't you join the swing trading group, and we'll talk about it at 11 a.m. today. Peace on earth. May the pips be with you. May your profits be above average. Right? No jokes. Swing.fxbootcamp.com. If you don't know how to swing or you don't know how to day trade, join the swing trading group and you get both courses included. But Raj, I'm not going to make decisions for you, but I'll teach you how to make decisions for yourself. Okay? Hey, Daniel. Yeah. Take care, guys.